Missed catches, missed run out chances, below par bowling. Oh my God. What a bad day today in the office for Team India. Let's talk about it. What went wrong? Hello, guys. Welcome back to Two Halves, Two Innings Cricket. This is me and myself, Rohit and Ajay with me today. He said India played pretty poorly, so
He's fine.
he's sulking. He's sulking.
upset.
He's very upset. Sulking as well, upset. He's just like, okay, you guys crack on. So here we are, Ajay. First of all, winning the toss, New Zealand, and then they chose to field. Looks like this was a good decision.
Yeah, I mean, I think India started off okay. I think it was 70 runs, and then we lost Rohit Sharma. And it was a good valiant display by Gill as well, making a 50. And I think, interestingly, I know Rohit, we were talking about the last, ODI. We thought Gill was playing a bit of the second fiddle towards Rohit, and Rohit was the aggressor.
Yeah.
But this time round, it looks like Gill was the aggressor. I mean, he had a better strike rate and, scored 50, I think 4 or 5 off of 57 balls. So he had 55 balls. So he had a good strike rate. Yeah, 53 balls. So he had 100 strike rate. So, fantastic to see Gill get some form. And like I said, I think he was playing more the aggressive role. So that really shut me up when I saw that. I thought, maybe Gill would have just played, got a century after 70, 80 balls.
Yeah,
but you know what?
that's what we were expecting,
really well.
it, right?
Yeah,
After taking the start, he should have at least scored a century.
That's it. The thing with New Zealand and unfortunately with India, and how many times have we said this? They just tend to lose wickets at key times, so they tend to not want to, except for Kohli or the likes of like Rohit, they don't want to really, accelerate the score. So I think Gill maybe missed a chance to go to 100, and Shreyas Iyer as well. I think he disappointed with the bat today as well, had a low score, below 10. And again, so it was an unforgettable moment for him. And I think, it was just quite interesting, again, against the lackluster bowling attack from New Zealand. I mean, the player that got 3 wickets, he's only had, I think this is his first tour, international.
Yeah. I
in
mean,
ODI.
if you see their
3
bowling
wickets.
attack, it's very like I said last podcast, it's team B for them because they don't have their
Yeah.
first line bowlers. This is their basically B team, and a couple of guys are debuting in this series. So to go have a good start at 70 and then go on 118 for 4, I think this is where I think we kind of lost that match in that moment, because then it was all over. Then for Rahul and Jadeja is to just build that innings rather than take the stare and then go for the big shots, score quicker runs. But I think this is a moment we felt like, there you go. I think we lost that moment then.
100%. I couldn't agree with you more. I think I think during the Jadeja and the Rahul stand, I think it went nearly 10 overs without scoring a boundary.
Yeah.
So 63 balls or something like that. So
Yeah.
that's really bad. And you're at home soil. And again, like you said, not against the top tier New Zealand bowling attack. India should have been making 300 easily. I think it was just lucky that, KL Rahul batted really well towards the end and managed to take us towards 280 plus. Otherwise, we would be looking at 250, 260 at one point. So it was really tricky. And I think, like I said, so a couple of performances. Jadeja didn't really get going. Harshit Rana didn't get going. Kohli didn't get going as well. So scores in the 20s. So what the only shining kind of positive from that batting display was obviously our man KL Rahul, the night wolf, the fox, whatever you want to call him, with that beautiful hair of his. He is such one thing that we will just praise about KL Rahul is his versatility. The guy can play anywhere. Give him opener, giving him number 3, give him number 4, give him number 5. He'll play anywhere, and he just plays really well. Smart, composed, calm, collective, and obviously he knows when to step up the gears. So I was quite happy with KL's performance.
Yeah, his strike rate was 121. He scored pretty quickly at the end, right? If you see that, but to build that inning with Jadeja and then score that quickly, I think it was a good. But I think we should give credit to New Zealand bowlers. They bowled pretty well in the first 6 overs, and then they came back, and then to restrict India for 284. I think that was amazing performance. And wicket wasn't easy either, to be honest. The first
No, it wasn't. No, it doesn't seem so. Rajkot, I don't know if it's a bit bigger than the first pitch that we played on. Yeah, it was hard to score boundaries. There wasn't many sixes. There were a lot of fours. in the innings. I think India only had 3 sixes in the whole innings. So it was tough for the batsmen.
Yeah, it was
And I
tough.
think and I think just the only problem was I think the way that we lost this game again, we didn't really attack their bowling attack as much. I think we kind of played too sensible and too safe. I think in the middle overs, if you compare New Zealand to India, I think New Zealand scored about 50 more runs in the middle overs compared to England and compared to India. Sorry, and that's where the game unfortunately was lost. I think
Mm.
the likes, with Young batting well with Mitchell, they put on an amazing stand, and again, what a great 100 as well.
Yeah,
So
amazing. He always scores against India. I was
he
like I
plays
said to you guys in the
he
chat, I
plays
said,
too
what's
good.
happening? Always
He can
scores.
play. If you can't get him out for cheap, he'll naturally, he'll tend to
Yeah,
go off and make a big score. And I
yeah.
think you know what, Kuldeep, because I think Kuldeep Yadav was, I think, unfortunate. He
I,
was the bowler who got
it
picked on
was
the most.
forgettable match for him. Forgettable match for him, to be honest. He was poor today, but that's it's okay. You're allowed to have one poor game after having so many good games. But I think he was
That's
very
it.
poor. Maybe pitch didn't help. The dew didn't help. The pitch became easier because if you see, even if we had scored 300, they could have easily chased it. It was
We
such a
were
great
definitely,
wicket in the second innings. I think that's why they chose to field first.
definitely again, and this is what I said to you at the previous, podcast that we did about today's prediction. I said, you know what, if it was a 5 series game, India might take it 2-0 and then lose the next two. Or what did I say? I said, if it's 3 series, India generally lose the second one. They get too complacent. But again, it's about winning the toss. And this is the thing with cricket. Most of the time, if you win the toss, you've got a little bit more of an advantage on the win
Yeah, but
predictor because you
but
know what the situation is, you know what the target is. And I think New Zealand just paced themselves really well. I think at one point we had the run rate quite well for New Zealand. They were only scoring like
yeah,
four and a
yeah.
half run rate for
But they didn't
Mitchell.
lose
So
too many wickets. That's the problem. We lost too
that's
many
it. That's
wickets in the
exactly it.
middle. Yeah.
And I think that's what exactly it brings us perfectly onto is India's bowling attack.
Oh,
Where are we? Where are
and the
we as an Indian
fielding.
bowling
Oh,
team? And fielding we'll get onto, but where are we as an Indian bowling attack when we don't have the likes of obviously just be Bumrah taking the wickets?
and Pandya.
Who is then?
Yeah.
Who's the number? Yeah, who's that number two person? Obviously DSP Saab again, not the best game for him in terms of his figures. But you know what? I think obviously Prasid, I think got a wicket, and Kuldeep got the wicket, and then was it Rana that got a wicket as well?
Yeah.
So
Rana got a wicket. Krishna and
yeah,
Kuldeep. Yeah.
Kuldeep, yeah.
Yeah.
So no wicket for Siraj. The Jadeja again, not really kind of influencing the game as much. So we're really restricted, and we really need to have some, kind of book play about how do we grind wickets out. If you keep bowling the
But
same line and length, you're
yeah.
gonna get the wicket, but you gotta be compact, you gotta be tight, and you need your fielders, like you said, to help you out. I think there was a drop by Prasid Krishna, wasn't
Prasid
there?
as well. It was an easy
Yeah.
catch. And then there was a run out chance missed by Jadeja. It was like clear
Two
three
balls. I
wickets.
think
The
two
thing
balls
is, like
in
Sunil
the
Gavaskar said, he hit if he sees one stump, he hits it. If he sees three stumps, he misses it. What happening,
you gotta
Jaddu, with you?
you gotta close your eye, mate. And then,
Yeah, close your eyes, see the only one wicket, one stump, and then that's it. It was
well,
all low. I mean, it was a crucial point at that time as well. He was on 80. It could have been match, could have gone into more deeper, and then we could have won the match as well. But I want to come into that. We talked about bowling, right? Without Bumrah, Pandya, and Varun, I think we lack that bowling depth to get us out of these holes, basically. Because if the opposition is scoring easily, we don't have a good bowler to take us back into the game. Bumrah with amazing yorkers, amazing slow balls, like he's tough to play against.
his
Varun as well,
variations.
he has so many variations, and Hardik Pandya as well. He's like a kind of like gold alarm. He always gets us wickets when we need it. So this is why I think those three players, I think, definitely come back to Indian one-day international game, especially for the World Cup. I
100%.
think we do need them.
Well, I think they're going to be mostly in the T20. I think Varun Chakravarti and I don't know about Pandya in the T20, but definitely Jasprit is obviously in that T20 squad. So can we emulate that in the ODI, I guess, and can we have a Jasprit Bumrah in the ODI squad as well with Hardik Pandya? That's just something that we'll have to see. But I think, like you said, we don't have that some special bowler who's going to, kind of take that crucial wicket. I think they all seem quite pedestrian. And I think,
Very.
unfortunately, with India, you kind of know in the 38th over, like, okay, New Zealand have only got 60, 70 to chase in 10 overs, 11 overs. The bowlers themselves don't look like that they're going to give themselves any spark or any lift up to kind of try and get a wicket. It didn't look like that from what I could see.
I could not
They
see
just
after
tried
the
to,
second
they
wicket.
tried, yeah,
I
they
could
tried to
not
just
see
stop
at all. How are we
boundaries,
going to get the
and
wicket?
they were bowling a lot on leg side. It wasn't really aggressive play, and maybe this is something for Gill. And that's the hardest thing as being a captain or being any kind of team defending a score is what do you do when it looks like the game is slipping away from your hands? We've seen the likes of Kohli, we've seen the likes of Rohit and captaincy, kind of rile up the players and say, look, you know what, we have a chance. We need to get two, three quick wickets. Come on, I want that wicket. I want that wicket right now. With Gill, are we seeing that temperament? Are we seeing that aggressiveness from him to
Yeah, I
command
could.
his players? Can you can
Yeah,
you can you say to
it's
his
that
players,
demand,
look,
right? As a
I
captain,
need
you
that
need to
wicket.
demand
I
this,
want,
guys. Come on.
yeah.
Yeah,
So, Siraj, I want that wicket right now. This over, giving me a wicket. Like when we looked at like, the greats of like Ashwin, Zaheer Khan, and Harbiji, Baji as well, Ashish Nehra. These bowlers, just have that one spark, that one moment to kind of get that wicket in a crucial point in the game. Look at Shami as well recently. So you need that kind of star bowler. And I'm just thinking like, with the likes of Harshit Rana and Prashid Krishna, they're still quite young. Some games they can give good deliveries and good figures.
yeah,
But are we missing a trick with Arshdeep? Again, we'll be kind of singing his praises
exactly.
till the
Yeah.
end of time, I think. But we just maybe need to see him maybe in these type of games where it's you need that extra bowler. I think
But
Jaddu, as
if
much
you
as
see,
he,
Ajay,
yeah,
if you see, all three bowlers were the similar kind of bowlers, right? I know Krishna is a bit different because he bowls short of the length and then get the bounce. But if you see with Ashdeep, we have some kind of variation. We have some kind of left armour, which is totally difficult to play against rather than the right armour sometimes. And
yeah,
then if we have a variation, batters need to think how to play. At the moment, it was so easy. Everything was so easy at the moment when I saw the game. Very easy for them to play against. That's why I think they made 280 in the 47th, 48th
7.
over.
Okay,
So
so
it was so easy for them to play.
yeah, I mean, honestly, this is exactly what you said. Same with batting. I always say it's nice to have a few left-hand batsmen, right-hand batsmen. It makes the bowlers have to think about who they're bowling to, yeah. And then with the same with bowlers, if you have right-arm fast bowlers and you have four
Yeah.
of them, it's quite easy for the players, especially when you got a pitch that's improving with batting and there's not much dew and there's no lateral movement. What really does Harshit Rana do differently to Mohammad Siraj, and what does Prasidh Krishna really do differently to Harshit Rana? When Arshdeep Singh is there, he can maybe add a bit more lateral movement because he's got that ability to in swing as well as out swing, and then he can also come in at a different angle as well to a right
Yeah.
hander, and then you can play against the wind if they're fielding heavily on the offside. So I don't know. I think it was just very easy for New Zealand, but Jolo, you know what? I did say
I
that,
think I think
if
conditions
India
did
was going to
help
lose.
New Zealand as well. I think that that game actually reminded me the World Cup final, where it was so tough to play in the first innings because the pitch was a bit slow. I could see the variable of bounce as well because some of
Yeah.
the balls I think Kohli played they kept low, and then he got out as well because of that. And I think because of that is actually exactly same what happened in the World Cup final 2023. That's why they won the toss and fielded first because they knew batting first is gonna be hard on this pitch. Batting second gonna be so easy with under the lights. This is what happened. I think we have to see in the step. Obviously, we could have done better. Definitely, we could have done better. Better fielding, better aggression, better catching, and better bowling. Definitely. But I think we again this is where I think we need to think harder to say we need wicket taking bowlers. We need a little bit of variation when these kind of wickets are there, so that players, the batters, don't get used to this bowling. They have to think every time there's a new over. But I think we missed the trick in this game. But let's take it as a learning, I think. But hats off to Michel. I mean, amazing innings from him. I mean, he first of all he came in, and I knew, I think, man, this man is in form. This
He's really good.
we need to take him out really quickly.
Well, that's it. Is he had to stand up and he had to New Zealand batting, even in the first game as well. India chased it down. So you learn from that from the first series, from the first test. Oh, sorry, first test from the first ODI game, and then I think he just learned from that and improved on his figures. I think he's had 5 or 6 consecutive half centuries
Yeah,
in 6 or
yeah,
7 innings. So he's on form. He's on form
he's
anyway,
in
to be
form,
fair.
definitely.
So you know what? Let's see how it goes for the third ODI. Honestly, I think judging by how India like to play, they've done it. So they've got a tie, but I think India will probably do it in
So
the last one.
yeah,
They'll do
coming
it.
on to the last one, Ajay. I know your prediction is obviously India's gonna win, but
Yeah.
who do you like to see in the team?
Well, obviously there's no Washi. I didn't really rate Nitish Kumar Reddy. I don't really
Yeah, I
know again.
don't at the
What
moment. I
does he
don't rate
do?
him. Yeah,
Yeah, what does he do for the team?
he only put two
Shivam.
overs. What's the
Yeah,
point?
exactly. What was the
Yeah,
point? What was the point?
yeah,
Do you rather have another batsman,
proper
or do you
batter.
rather
Yeah,
have another
exactly.
a
Yeah,
proper bowler?
yeah.
So if India can reach 300 with the first 4 or 5 batsmen, then what's the point for Nitish Reddy
Mm,
Kumar? Can we put Arshdeep in as another bowler?
mm.
So it depends on where we're playing. It depends on if it's going to be a good pitch. If it's going to be pace friendly, then I would put Arshdeep in. If it's going to be another green pitch where it's going to be a batter's delight, then I don't know if is Shivam Dubey, is he
No,
available?
he's in
I don't
T20
think
only.
he's
Yeah.
in the T20 squad, yeah.
Mm,
So we'll see. I mean, if Aksa, I don't think he's injured as well, isn't he? So I don't know. I think I probably would stick with the same. To be fair, give Nitish another chance, see how he goes, and
mm.
see what he can do. But it depends on if we win the toss. If we win the toss, we win the game. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, let's see. But I will definitely want to see Ashdeep in there. And I'll probably see. Let's see if the wicket is spinning wicket, and then definitely Kuldeep can still play. But I don't see Krishna, to be honest. I don't personally. I don't, because he's 29 now. Nearly 30. So I'm saying, should we? Because by the time we in South Africa, he'll be 31. Should we invest in him now, or then rather pick up some young bowlers who can play longer for Team India? And I haven't seen him in many matches. We've given him so many chances. I haven't seen him actually to say he's the match winner, that he won the match for India. I haven't seen him. He may take 2-3 wickets, but I haven't seen him taking crucial wickets like, he may have taken, but I haven't seen him. Maybe it's my bias, but I don't think he's the future for Team India.
No, I think unfortunately, I think like I said with Team India, I just think the quality of fast bowling options are just
Very
weak at the
limited at the
moment.
moment.
Very
Yeah.
limited, quite weak. Where maybe the IPL this season might find a new
See,
gem in.
See, that's the thing. We always
in
look
that.
at IPL to get players in, right? We shouldn't look at IPL. IPL is just 3 months, and then it's T20. That wouldn't give us. That's why Nitish Reddy is here in Team India, because of his IPL, and we got this. We replaced Sundar with Ayush Badoni. He didn't play well in domestic cricket, Vijay Hazare Trophy. His record
And in
was
England.
poor. He still got into the Team India because of his IPL. I mean, come on. You can't
But
do
this is the
that. You have to see domestic cricket to see who's playing well.
Rohit. You got to talk to the BCCI, man. I don't know, like is the Ranji Trophy not producing enough fast bowlers, or Vijay Hazare Trophy, whatever, is that producing any
Yeah,
good
I don't know, mate. I don't know
gems?
what's happening.
So
I'm,
they
I
knows
mean,
what the selectors know
I
more.
am worried
I mean,
about fast bowling.
yeah, same. I think spin wise, I think we look quite nice and good. All rounders, I think, the likes of, I think Shivam Dubey could be a good all rounder. But again, it's just something that he needs to be looked after then. But I mean, batting wise, there's no problem in the batting department.
Yeah,
It's all
batting, I think we are
bowling.
good. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But let's see. What are your predictions then for the next last game?
Yeah, I think India will win. But I love to see Arshdeep in there in the team rather than Krishna. So give a little bit of
Goti,
difference,
put,
variation.
that's it. Goti put Arshdeep in.
Please, Goti, put it. Okay. Okay, guys, that was our review of the game today. Unfortunately, we lost, but we are very hopeful for Team India. We are behind Team India. We are just fans talking about what we feel, showing you our feelings. I know you must be feeling the same way, my Team India fans. So we'll be back soon with the series win on Sunday. We will do the podcast.
Let's see.
I'm telling you here, we will be winning the series on Sunday, and we'll be doing a fantastic podcast on Sunday. So till then, take care, stay safe, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and please tell us your thoughts about the game today. Take care. Bye for now.